Hello everyone, this is a quick summary video of the new features of APCC release version 1.9.7 and the companion ASCOM driver 5.60.07. As always, APCC and ASCOM release versions go together, so when you update, make sure to update both software applications. APCC comes in a standard and a pro version. The last digit of the version number is different to tell them apart, but aside from this and the additional features in Pro, they are identical. Standard is 1.9.7.0 and Pro is 1.9.7.3. This release also includes numerous bug fixes, stability improvements, and small enhancements that aren't covered in this video, but you can always see the complete list of updates in the online documentation for APCC. Here are just a couple quick things regarding licensing and updating before we jump into the new features. Links to download the new version are included in the video description below. When new versions of APCC are released, APCC users will be automatically notified via the software, and it will also be available in the AstroPhysics software updates page from our website. If you are installing over the immediately prior version 1.9.6 or later, you can just install over the existing installation. For earlier versions, we recommend uninstalling the previous version and then installing this version. We aren't covering uninstalling and installing here, so if you aren't familiar with this process, please check out the more detailed video from the last release. There's a link in the description below. This release follows the existing AstroPhysics licensing. Any licensed APCC user can update to the latest software version for bug fixes and stability improvements. To access the new features of this version that we discuss here, you'll need a license date of September 1st, 2022 or later. You can check your license status and date in APCC's help screen and update if needed. Just to emphasize, your APCC license never expires and you don't need an updated license to upgrade just to access the new features. Pinpoint 7 and Atlas database. APPM now supports Pinpoint 7 plate-solving software from DC3 Dreams and the related Atlas All-Sky Stellar Reference Database, a significant step forward in stellar data for use by the general public. Produced in 2018, Atlas is a modern astrometric database that includes nearly 1 billion stars down to magnitude 19 and was produced from Gaia DR2 data. Atlas can work for any telescope setup, but it is particularly well suited for deep sky and long focal lengths. Using this option requires a valid Pinpoint license and appropriate installation and configuration of Pinpoint and the Atlas database, which is covered in the Pinpoint documentation. To use this option in APPM, switch to the Plate Solve Settings tab, choose Pinpoint as the plate solver, choose Atlas as the catalog, and then set the catalog path to where you installed the Atlas database. Safety Monitor is another new feature in APCC. The Safety Monitor feature is a client to your existing Safety Monitor equipment or service, so when unsafe conditions such as cloud or rain is present, APCC or APPM can take one of 4 actions you define. This is particularly handy when running a sky mapping session and a few clouds float by. With the Safety Monitor option enabled, it can now automatically pause the session, wait until the conditions are safe, and then resume sky mapping. To set up Safety Monitor, you will need to have an existing Safety Monitor with ASCOM connection already available and working. In APCC, under the Settings menu, choose Safety Monitor Settings. Use the Select driver to choose your ASCOM compliant Safety Monitor. Once it is connected, you can click the Test button to confirm APCC is communicating with your Safety Monitor. Next, choose an action when unsafe conditions are reported by your Safety Monitor. Generally, Stop Tracking is a good choice when sky mapping, or Park or Home is equally good if you need to position your mount for an observatory roof closure. Once safe conditions are again detected, APCC and APPM will resume the sky mapping, including unparking and slewing the telescope and resuming tracking. This feature also works for sky mapping when using an imaging application for your APPM camera, such as Nina or Sequence Generator, that may also have their own Safety Monitor connection. In these cases, the application is not running a sequence and therefore will not invoke their own safety monitor actions. Max altitude. This new APPM point map feature allows you to set maximum altitude for mapping points. It's designed for longer telescopes or other equipment setups that are unable to reach the meridian due to possible peer collision. You can set a maximum altitude lower than 90 degrees to remove points in a map that would otherwise cause issues when doing a mapping run and subsequent model. To set a maximum altitude, check the box and adjust the max altitude by using the slider or typing in a value. It's helpful to show points so you can visualize the changes to the points. This feature only adjusts the sky mapping points used for sky modeling. It is not a replacement for slewing or tracking limits that you would use when doing your imaging runs. Those are the main features of the 1.9.7 release, and thanks for staying until the end. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to be notified of future tutorials and videos.